Somalia is often seen through the lens of conflict, but there's a deeper story waiting beyond the headlines. To truly know this land, we must look to its shores, where the Indian Ocean meets endless white sand. Here, the sun rises first on Africa, illuminating a place of ancient history and natural beauty. At dawn, fishermen in dhows glide through the surf, their movements echoing generations of tradition. Coastal towns awaken as markets fill with vibrant fruits, spices, and the hum of daily life. This is Somalia's true rhythm, a nation shaped by the sea, commerce, and community. Its coastline, the longest in mainland Africa, has long been a gateway for traders from Egypt, Arabia, Persia, and India. These visitors found not a barren land but a thriving society of merchants and culture. Somalia's story is not just one of struggle but of resilience and deep roots. To understand it, we must listen to ancient poets, explore forgotten cities, and witness the enduring spirit of its people. It's a land of poets, sailors, survivors, and innovators. Yes, there are challenges, but there is also immense strength and hope. Somalia's future is being written by a new generation determined to shape a brighter tomorrow. Long before Rome or Greece, Somalia's coast was a legendary center of global commerce. Ancient Egypt called it the Land of Punt, a place of wealth and wonder. Egyptian expeditions crossed the sea for frankincense and myrrh, treasures more valuable than gold. They found a sophisticated society of merchants and rulers, not primitive tribes. Reliefs in Queen Hatshepsut's temple show Somalis with their homes, cattle, and goods. Trade brought not just wealth but cultural exchange. Ideas, technologies, and stories flowed freely. Somali seafarers mastered the monsoon winds connecting Africa to Asia and the Middle East. This legacy of trade and outward engagement shaped Somali identity for millennia. Today, that entrepreneurial spirit lives on in bustling markets and a global diaspora. The echoes of Punt remind us, Somalia's history is one of deep connection, not isolation. Centuries later, a new force arrived, not by conquest but on the winds of trade and faith. Islam came peacefully, uniting Somali clans under a shared spiritual identity. This sparked a golden age of learning, architecture, and commerce. Coastal cities like Mogadishu, Merka, and Zayla flourished, described by travelers as prosperous and cosmopolitan. Somali merchants controlled key trade routes, exporting gold, ivory, and textiles, and importing porcelain, silks, and spices. Grand coral stone houses and mosques became centers of education and community. This era marked a pinnacle of Somali civilization, organized, innovative, and globally connected. The ruins of these cities are reminders of a proud legacy. They inspire a future built on ingenuity and resilience. The age of thriving city-states ended with the arrival of European colonial powers in the 19th century. Somalia was carved up by Britain, Italy, and France, dividing families and ignoring centuries-old clan ties. Colonial rule imposed foreign laws and systems, but the Somali spirit resisted. Leaders like Sayyid Muhammad Abdullah Hassan rallied the people using poetry and guerrilla tactics to fight for freedom. Though uprisings were suppressed, the dream of unity endured. A new generation shifted the struggle to politics, forming parties and demanding independence. Their goal to reunite a divided land and restore Somali sovereignty. The fight for independence was about healing wounds and reclaiming identity. The Somali spirit remained unbroken, determined to shape its own destiny. On July 1, 1960, Somalia's dream of unity became reality as independence was declared. The new republic was filled with hope. Mogadishu thrived, schools and hospitals were built, and literacy soared. For a brief moment, Somalia was a beacon of democracy and progress in Africa. But this dawn was short-lived. Political instability and clan rivalries, fueled by Cold War pressures, undermined the young democracy. A 1969 military coup ended democratic rule, and Siad Barre's regime grew increasingly authoritarian. Oppression and manipulation of clan loyalties sowed deep divisions. In 1991, Barre's fall led to state collapse and brutal civil war. Rival militias fought for control, and famine devastated the land. The world saw only images of suffering, overshadowing the nation's earlier promise. The long night of conflict and hardship began, yet the memory of hope and unity persisted beneath the surface. After the state's collapse, Somalia became known for piracy, but the real story runs deeper. With no government to protect its waters, foreign trawlers plundered Somali fishing grounds, destroying livelihoods. Toxic waste was dumped along the coast, poisoning land and sea. Local fishermen, desperate and dispossessed, armed themselves to defend their waters. What began as coastal defense soon evolved into piracy, as ransoms became lucrative. But at its root, piracy was a response to environmental and economic devastation. The sea, once a source of life, had become a battleground for survival. The world saw only criminals, missing the human story beneath. Somalia's struggle at sea is a story of loss, resilience, and the fight for dignity. It's a reminder that every crisis has deeper causes and human faces. Even in the darkest times, Somalia's spirit endured through poetry and resilience. Poetry became a lifeline, preserving history, sharing news, and inspiring hope. Women emerged as pillars of society, leading communities and rebuilding from the ground up. The Somali diaspora sent billions home, funding businesses, schools, and clinics. This global network became a unique engine for recovery and innovation. Somalis pioneered mobile money and built a competitive telecom sector, showing remarkable self-reliance. Through culture, entrepreneurship, and community, Somalis began to rebuild their nation. Their story is one of survival, creativity, and determination to shape a better future. Somalia is more than its history. It's a land of breathtaking, untapped beauty. Its coastline boasts pristine beaches and vibrant coral reefs, a paradise for marine life. The Kalmadao Mountains shelter unique ecosystems and wild frankincense forests. Deep canyons and waterfalls reveal a landscape of surprising variety. The Laas Gil Caves, with 5,000-year-old rock art, connect Somalis to their ancient ancestors. These natural and historical treasures offer hope for ecotourism and cultural pride. Protecting them is vital for the next generation. Somalia's beauty is a foundation for a new national story. Today, Somalia's future is being shaped by its youth, over 70% of the population. This generation raised amid conflict is determined to move beyond the past. Young Somalis are launching businesses, tech hubs, and creative projects, changing the narrative. They use social media to share their country's beauty and progress, forging a new identity. They organize for peace, clean up beaches, and demand accountability. Inspired by their heritage, they innovate with new tools and global connections. The challenges are real, but hope is stronger than ever. Somalia's youth are the new dawn after the long night. They embody resilience, creativity, and a vision for a brighter future. The story of Somalia is not over, it's just beginning.